Greetings, fellow travelers. This is day 2 of the trip to Death Valley. I'm about 8 miles from Kramer Junction, which is where the 58 and the 395 cross. So, got my first flat. It was the tiniest of little wires. I can't even show it to you on the camera, it's that small. Living off candy bars. Not actually in the park yet, but it's gorgeous. Last night I tried to true my wheel a little bit. The rear wheel was rubbing against the brakes. So all I did was I turned about 8 of these. The ones in the middle of the bend, I turned them a whole quarter turn, and then towards the outside I ended up with just an 1/8 of a turn. And you can see the wheel spins freely. It still does have a wobble to it. I can't get it perfect, but it's not touching the brakes anymore, and that keeps it from resisting. So Death Valley was not inspiring enough to go into. I've seen it before anyways. I've decided that this trip is about exploring small towns. So I'm back in Trona, and then I'll make my way up to the 395 and explore everything I see there. So here's flat number 2. Scenery's getting a little bit better. Finally also a little bit of downhill. I've been climbing for like half a day. So this is where I ended up camping for the night. So now the trailer has a flat tire. So here's an example of where those wires come from. This is a shredded tire, and these are the steel cables. I rode by and these horses all started running with me. Let's see if they do it again. So it rained for about an hour. So I made it to the famous Inyo County dump site. If you're planning on going there, just be aware there's no phone. So this is how easy it is to cycle the 395. I could probably just sit here and coast all the way to the bottom. So I made it to Bishop. I feel totally satisfied. So I'm going to turn around and ride home. Looks like Memorial Day weekend's coming up. I hope I beat all this traffic. These little creeks are everywhere. A lot of people have them going through their backyards. So I'm surrounded by potential rain clouds. Behind me is north, and then I'll pan around clockwise. So I easily dodged that one. Dense cloud off to the west, and then it kind of gets a little bit of a break in the middle, and then starts raining over on those hills over there. So it is raining now. You can see the road's wet. I know there's clear sky ahead somewhere. I'll dry out. I just passed through Lone Pine. I made it there from Bishop in 5 hours, and that was effortless. It's pretty much all downhill, at least it felt like it, and I had the tailwind. And look at this downhill. It goes on for miles. Well, my luck has turned. I'm going downhill and struggling to go this fast. I'm in now. And that big, long downhill was strewn with gravel, so I had to go really slow. I don't know where this headwind came from. It just happened instantly. So I'm south of Olentia now. You saw the elevation signs, about 4,000 feet. Pretty much everything between here and Big Pine is 4,000 feet. You get to Bishop, it's about 4,400. Now that I'm heading south, I'll be hitting Inyokern, which is about 2,400. So I think it's mostly uphill from here. I just went past the junction for the 395 and the 14. Red Mountain is the next destination. It's 24 miles from the intersection at the 14 and the 395 to here at Johannesburg, and it's a lot of uphill. This is very demoralizing. Now I am remoralizing myself. Last campsite of the trip. Just decided to sleep outside last night. Journey by bicycle. Journey by motor vehicle. Back in the land of trees. Very nice. The only problem is it's uphill. I think my house is about 3,000 vertical feet from here. Not too proud to walk. Still walking. Well, I made it back home. It was super fun. I'm definitely going to do it again. That's it for the adventure. The rest of the video will be about the bicycle and some logistics. So if you're done watching, then thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. And otherwise, here we go with all of the stuff about the bike and the logistics of the trip. This is the Scott Speedster 60. I paid $800 for it. 700 by 25 wheels. You can see it has quite a few spokes on it. That's good for carrying weight. These are just regular brakes that press on the rim. They work fine for me. I went down some really long hills and had no troubles. Smart water bottles fit right in. Those are cheap and easy to find and easy to use. And then there's nothing special about this setup either, besides that I could have got a smaller inner sprocket. If I was going to use this in the mountains, I would definitely want that, but I didn't need it for this particular bicycle. The gears I used almost all the time out on the 395 were the outer gear and this third gear down. So 1, 2, 3, that gear. The derailleur worked well enough, but it goes out of adjustment quickly. I probably need to adjust the wire, maybe figure out what these screws do. I'm sure there's a YouTube video for that. That's it. There's really nothing special about this bicycle. This little pack was super handy. I would definitely use this again. It would be incredibly practical to have a bag up on the handlebars as well, but I just don't like the way it looks. Now here is Bob. Bob is an amazing invention, and somebody created this trailer. I think it's great because I can use a super lightweight bicycle and still tow a lot of stuff. It spreads out the weight between the rear tire and the trailer tire, and it's easy to put it on. So, and then push it down onto the rear wheel quick release, which is actually custom from the people who make the trailer. It comes with the trailer. Put these pins through on both sides, so it fits right there. And then just clips right on like, and then you're ready to go. That's it. So this trailer makes the bicycle a little bit squirrely. It amplifies whatever turn you make. But once you get going straight and just ride normally on the road, you don't even notice that it's back there besides a little bit of extra weight. I don't know how much Bob weighs. I'm going to guess like 10 pounds. I prefer it over the panniers, which would normally go over both tires, just because it's a lower center of gravity, a little bit more aerodynamic, and spreads out the weight. That said, I've never used panniers, so I don't really know anything about them. I did appreciate how light this bike is. I've done another big trip down the west coast from Fort Bragg to Adelanto, California, and I had a mountain bike for that. It was a specialized rock hopper, and the glide on that bicycle is nothing compared to this one. This one feels like it's magic. It just keeps on gliding. It has a lot less rolling resistance than the mountain bike does. I really liked these handlebars. They were much more comfortable than the mountain bike handlebars that I've used before. You can put your hands in a number of different positions. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, here's 5. Whereas on just a straight bar, you can't do that. And I thought that made a huge difference in the comfort of my hands while I was riding. The most uncomfortable part is the seat. I wore the riding pants with the padding. Wasn't enough. I don't know if you ever get used to that. So if you have a solution, let me know. I'd love to hear it.